Hi boys and girls, welcome back to this week's violin lesson. I hope you had a good time watching last week's lesson. I did receive a few of your submissions for the assignment through Seesaw. If you did not have a chance to turn them in, no problem. I'm still accepting them for when you can turn them in. You're still able to get credit for them. If you're having issues with Seesaw, maybe accessing the journal or the activities tab, please have parents contact me and I will try to help you as best as I can to have access. All right, let's go ahead and start with reviewing our bow hold, our violin posture, and we talked about something new last week called the bow angle. So let's get our violin bow first. Let's go ahead and hold the bow with our left hand. Shake out your right hand, put it over the frog. Make sure your thumb is bent outward like this. We talked about a banana thumb, like a banana peel thumb. This is what I don't want, and this is actually naturally what happens when you pick up the bow, right? Our thumb just goes like that. So we need to physically bend out our thumb. It's very important that we do that. Go ahead and pet the frog's eye with your middle fingers. Put that pinky over, curl that pinky and let's put it on its tippy toes on the stick. And let's put our index finger on that finger rest. And if your thumb, for some reason, became a banana thumb, let's go ahead and adjust that. All right, now that we have that bow hold in place, carefully get your violin. Make sure your shoulder rest is on the back, and we put it on the shoulder. Hold the violin by the upper bout, and let's put our bow on the E string. Remember, the E string is the thinnest string on our instrument. All right, we're going to talk about that bow angle. So if you think about your bridge is right here, and your bow stick, we want there to be two parallel lines, okay? So just so you can see what I mean, when you have two lines, right? So let's say this one's your bridge and this one's your bow. When we're playing, we want them to be in line with each other. So actually your bridge stays in place and your bow is the one that moves, okay? When you're playing. So these are two parallel lines. Be careful not to have two perpendicular lines. Remember, the bridge never moves, it stays in place. If by accident your bow angle is maybe like this, eventually they're going to clash into each other. Or even if your bow angle is this way, right? Eventually when you're playing, they're going to bump into each other. So as we're playing, we want to have those two parallel lines, and that is not an easy thing to do, right? It takes practice. Okay, go ahead and get into playing position. I'm gonna do my best to play with a straight bow. So that means my bridge and my bow stick are gonna create those straight lines, okay? I go first, I'll play 4 open E's. All right, that was my best attempt at playing with a straight bow. I'm gonna show you what playing with parallel lines would look like. So that bridge never moves. My bow is gonna be the one that's gonna be crooked. Okay, listen closely. All right, so you can already hear the difference. When I'm not trying to play with that straight bow, so putting it in line with the bridge, I accidentally played on a different string, and I also didn't sound the best that I could have. So the reason to do your best and play with a straight bow is so that you can create the most beautiful sound that you can on the violin. And like I said, that takes a lot of practice. So anytime you pick up your violin to play any song, maybe it's something you've learned in the past, or maybe it's a new song, don't forget to keep reminding yourself to play with that straight bow, that parallel bow to the bridge. Nice. Okay, we're gonna go on to Eager Little Ants. We're not gonna play pizzicato today. We're just gonna focus on arco. And we're also focusing on that parallel bridge and bow. Okay, go ahead and put your bow on the E string. Do your best. 1, 2, ready, play. Eager, eager, eager. right, let's do it one more time. As we're playing, don't forget about your bow hold. Make sure all those fingers are in the right place. If you need to adjust anything, take the time to do so now. And we're also focusing on that straight bow. 1, 2, E string, do your best. Eager, 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 eager little ants, 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 digging in the dirt, 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 going underground, ground, ground. Excellent job. All right, let's go ahead and put your instrument down somewhere safe and your bow as well. We're going to move on to our book. So make sure your Essential Elements book is open to page 20, number 71. We're focusing on Claire De La Lune. All right, let's see if, okay, here you go. All of these notes are on the open D string, and we only use 3 notes. So it's open D, which is no fingers, first finger E, and second finger F sharp. I know we reviewed this last week, but we're actually going to add something. So just quickly, we're going to sing the note names. Start from the beginning. D, 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 E, F sharp, E, D, F sharp, E, E, D. Bow circle. D, 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 E, F sharp, E, D, F sharp, E, E, D. Rest. All right, please pay close attention to these rests, right? We have 2 quarter rests, so that means we don't play on them, right? It's silence for 1 beat. There's another little symbol right here. It looks like a little apostrophe mark. So that means bow circle. If you heard me say bow circle while we were singing the note names, we're going to go into a little more detail in a little bit. That actually means that you lift your bow and you make a circle with your bow. So we'll break that down in just a little bit. All right, let's go back to the beginning. We're going to do note names. So it's either D, E, or F sharp. 1, 2, do your best. D, 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 E, F sharp, E, D, F sharp, E, E, D. Bow circle. D, 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 E, F sharp, E, D, F sharp, E, E, D. Rest. All right, boys and girls, nice work. I'm going to talk about that bow circle, or that bow reset. So go ahead and get your violin and your bow. Let's put our bow on the open D string. So think about the song. Eager, little ants, digging, underground. D is the 3rd string. All right, go ahead and look at my bow. A bow circle is literally a circle with your bow. So I'm just going to play open D to show you. Stop my bow. Do a circle like this. Now I'm back closer to the frog, the bottom part of our bow. Make sure it's planted, and I'll play a D again. Okay, you try it with me. Go ahead and put your bow on the D string. Make sure you're playing closer to the frog, okay? Not the tip or not the middle. Closer to the frog. Let's do an open D. Stop your bow. Let's do that circle. So you lift and you go all the way back to the frog, and then you play another D. All right, this is a new motion. I don't think I broke it down last week. Okay, so in your video assignment for this week, make sure that I see that you're trying to do that circle. It takes practice. All right, let's go ahead and play this song with our bow. Remember, we're not doing pizzicato for this week. We're just gonna do bow, arco. All right, here it is. Go ahead and put your bow on the D string. Make sure your bow hold posture, all those fingers are where they need to be. Your shoulder rest is on your shoulder. If you look at my left hand, it's on the neck and fingerboard. You guys have tape, so make sure your thumb is in line with your first tape. And then your fingers are on that D string. So we have open, D, first finger E, second finger F sharp. right, that's all we're using. While we play this arco, make sure you're also thinking about that bow circle. Do your best. 1, 2, open D. Bow circle. Rest. Okay, before we do it our second time, our last time, I forgot to mention something. So this song has a combination of 2 rhythms. So we either have 8th notes or quarter notes. Remember, 8th notes are normally in groups of 4, and they have like a line connecting them on top. Okay, so those feel shorter than the quarter notes. The quarter notes are just that dark circle with that line next to it, right? And those feel longer. So let me just sing this one so you can see what I'm talking about. When you're at home practicing, there should be a difference between the short notes and the long notes. So it should be like this. Short, 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 long, long. Short, 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 long. Bow circle. Short, 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 long, long. Short, 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 long. And freeze. All right, so as you're practicing, before you submit that video, make sure I can hear the difference between those 8th notes and quarter notes. All right, last time together with the bow. Think about your bow hold. Think about your parallel straight bow positioning. Shoulder rest. Your left hand, make sure it's in line. Your thumb is in line with that first hit. All right, here it is. 1, 2, do your best. Bow circle. Alright, boys and girls, great work today. Remember, you can always rewind, review this video as many times as you need. Make sure you're always thinking about everything that we talk about in this video. So bow hold, violin posture, playing with a straight bow. I know it seems like a lot, but eventually the more you practice and the more you keep reminding yourself about these things, eventually these are going to turn into habit, and you won't have to remind yourself about these things as often. Okay, if you have any questions about the assignment, I'm going to post it on Seesaw, or if you have any trouble accessing the activities, please do not hesitate to message me through Seesaw. I'm here to help you with anything that you need. All right, have a good one. Good luck.